EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
And now... that one was running so hot. Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the two bunkers, one left and one right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So, stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
It's a big putt right here for birdie. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Fairly straightforward par 4 now. The third at the Wetlands is 460 yards straight away.
It is 460 yards. It can be chopped down a lot of different ways. 300-yard tee shot, and it's only 160. But if you're a mere mortal, 280, 180, the hole becomes that much longer, that much harder.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
So in the early going, already -3. Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Frank, you have to be impressed with what you've seen from the golfer so far.
It's rock solid. The ultimate of professional, doing exactly what you should be on a day like today.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And with that birdie, moves to third place. Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands, par 5, and it's a good one, 635 yards.
Ah, nice.
Looks good. What a drive. Just tattooed that. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Birdie try up next. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Starting to make a nice move. 5 under with that birdie for the tournament. Par 4 6th here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
Bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home. Nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to the 3-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Locked in on the read and the speed. Now 8 under on the day. Eighth hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the wily golf instructor makes his birdie. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot, perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but a great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2. Second shot.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Frank, this is some sensational stuff here. Eagle to tie. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Pure strike, good result.
And that is close.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under. Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. And right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? That was nuclear.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well done on the approach shot. Inside of 10 feet, he'll be very happy with that. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. A good 200 yards away from a good lie in the fairway. On the green in regulation. These putts keep the round together. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 4 13. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Beautifully done. Nice birdie. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short. So you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
So they'll tap in.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going. Keeps the momentum on his side.
Making our move to the home stretch, the 16th. It's a par 4 and a good one at 455 yards.
And a chance to actually get a good run for the clubhouse because the holes are fairly short coming in. So good drive here. Find the putting surface. Maybe start the roll right here. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see. But it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. 17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. Nice little draw into this par 3. And that'll find a nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well.
And that's a birdie. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside. We don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Well read.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
Just smokes it.
Well, that's just how you envision it when you walk to the first tee. High and deep, right in the middle of the fairway. Good way to start.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He just missed the bunker. Now his third, staring right at the green. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Nice, solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
But now a chance for a birdie. Well, how about this start? Birdie, birdie to open the round. The third hole here at the Wetlands is a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, it appears to be a pretty straightforward tee shot.
It is, and actually, Rich, when I was watching the web.com event here, this is where I saw those young talented players really take advantage of a hole like this. Just ramrod straight. They teed it up and just ripped it down there, and these are the sort of holes they can often make three on. Bunkers sort of short, left and right. Plenty of green to work with. A nice high-flying second shot will be well rewarded here.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. And he has it for birdie. Wow, check this out, Frank. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards. This is a really cool hole.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the swampland into a crescent-shaped green. And, of course, it is protected by that bunker that just cuts in. It doesn't give you very much depth on that middle line of the green. So if the pin's in the middle, that's when the hole plays its most difficult.
Safely aboard. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. You love to watch him disappear, don't you? Now to the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway?
That is just a beautiful shot. Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Settles in over the putt. Continues to roll it very well all day long. Par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
2 choices here. He's gone for a little extra.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Looks like about 80 yards left. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Birdie try up next. So a tester from 4 feet. Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The Wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play it a 3-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's at sneaky distance. How did that not go in?
You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch. Shouldn't be a problem here. That's good work by the former PGA teaching professional, one of the best instructors in the country, with a birdie, now inside the cut line. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, looking at this par 5 ninth hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5. Really the best way to make birdie here. Good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first two bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and that's not going to leave you much in for that third shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way. Wedge and a putt.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Throwing darts just inside of 5 feet. What a tremendous display of golf this has been. So here we go on the back nine at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And Frank, I'm pumped up for this second nine.
Oh, this is a hard hole, Rich, and anything long or left and you're guaranteed to be wet. That's for sure. 3 bunkers short, and the fun zone, that's the green just beyond those. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. Nudge this one home, finish it up.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Par 4 11th hole, 443 yards. Frank, what's the best way to play it?
Nice straight drive off the tee, then really reduces this par 4 to size. And those bunkers short and left don't really cause an issue. Green's a little tiny though, but even if you miss that green a little bit on the right side, it's a relatively simple chip. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday. He's running for another one today. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Par 5 12th here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Count that for eagle. Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters in that narrow area, that'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the two front greenside bunkers.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. On the green, and a chance for birdie. And getting ready for the putt.
A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
This for birdie. He's made it. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short, so you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
That one came right off the meat of the bat. He really laid into that.
More than got a piece of that.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Sixteenth hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. Tee shots, this one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. That is an excellent play right there. The approach. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. A nice little draw into this par 3. And that'll find a nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole. And on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Trying to make yet another birdie. There you have it. Well done. Great putt.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Getting set for all the action on what my idol Vin Scully would have said was a beautiful afternoon here in the Sunshine State. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Getting ready at Wetlands Golf and Country Club. An interesting layout, Frank. The players are ready to go. And what are you thinking about as you get set to tee off?
Well, you're thinking about you're going to play a long golf course, sort of mid-7,000 yard range. But this is a golf course that you actually do get to hit your driver more often than not. So it's a good driving golf course. Green's relatively flat as well, but be careful if you're a little weak of heart. Look left or right, you might see the odd gator or two.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor. A great start.
Strong par 5 to start, followed by a good par 3. The second hole is 225 yards.
2 bunkers, Rich, when you look at this par 3. In between is a nice corridor. And that's really the line that you want to be looking at going at this par 3. Just thread the gap, and you should safely find the green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Score that, a birdie. The third hole here at the Wetlands is a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, it appears to be a pretty straightforward tee shot.
It is, and actually it's a little extra.
Good tee shot, right in the short grass. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, so crucial, isn't it, to just choose the right back, club selection.
Yeah, when you're playing well and you're swinging well, you're going to hit more good shots than normal. But to top that off, if you can choose more good clubs than you normally would, then you will play better.
What a hole this is, Frank. Par 3, 4, 250 yards, and we're teeing off right in front of the swamp there.
You might see the odd alligator pop its head up. When you look at this, if you want to be clever, you can sort of hit a little cut in here, Rich, and then it'll work with that C-shaped green. It'll keep the tee shot away from the bunker that protects the middle. And you never know, it might just sneak in a birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands, par 5, and it's a good one, 635 yards.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Oh my goodness, he pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive.
Second shot.
This is a good-looking shot. Just a case of the hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and here's a good chance to make another one today.
Really solid stroke.
On to the par 4 6th here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Great shot to get the birdie. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The 7th is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
That is an absolute seed. I mean, he just ripped a bullet down the fairway. Oh my goodness, 375 yards. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Getting set now over the putt.
Oh, now that is going to hurt. Now it's that sneaky distance.
What a beautiful roll right there. Dead center. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the deeper the green gets. So a tricky little par 3.
Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. This is a 9-footer. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway. And it's not going to leave you much in for that third shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot-making we're seeing out there today. Crucial eagle attempt on the way.
Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5.
What a tremendous display of golf this has been. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Mark a birdie on the card. Par 4 11. Frank, we're looking at 443 yards.
Yeah, the Wetlands Golf Course is a really good driving course. This is another example here, Rich, where the fairway's just wide enough to reward a good tee shot, and then those two bunkers don't really come into play. But Wetlands becomes very difficult when you just start to stray a little bit off the fairway. Then you start to see why those bunkers are put there.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Might be. Could be. Maybe I'll go ahead and fill it up. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back 9. It's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
Yeah, this hole bends to the right, opposite direction to what 11 does. A good tee shot, and you can actually think about reaching this par 5 and 2, but anything around the front or front left, still going to leave a relatively simple pitch shot. So when you stand on that tee, think of birdie at least here.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Frankie's knocking them down and picking them up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Mark that as a birdie on the card. 14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
And now he has this for the birdie.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands. It's 590 yards.
Which is really a tempting yardage. A good tee shot, perhaps think of reaching the par 5 and 2. But this green well protected by 3 bunkers, 2 on the left side and 1 short right. But hey, fortune favors the brave. At least that's what I was told.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Well, filling it up today. Beautiful putt. Sixteenth hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot. This one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go.
Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface to give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now. Second shot.
That one drops for a birdie. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit the 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no. We don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
And that ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there. Excellent opening tee shot right in the fairway.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's at sneaky distance.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again. Great start.
Now to the second, par 3, 225 yards. Good-looking shot right here. Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Makes it right in the center. We're at the third hole now at the Wetlands. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, you watched the Web.com Tour event down here, and what'd you see when the young bombers came to this hole?
Oh, this is a hole they just love, Rich. You know, it's flat, it's long, and it's straight, so they just tee it up, aim it straight at the green, hit it as hard as they can. And some of these guys were just going in with an 8 or a 9 iron. It was quite amazing. And, of course, when you go with an 8 or a 9 iron into this hole, you look at 3 more often than not.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. This is an 11-foot putt. And he has it for birdie. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards, and you tee off just in front of the swamp, so golf cart's not going to get you to the green here, is it, Frank?
No, it might need an airboat to go across that.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Somehow that managed to miss the bunker, Frank.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand for sure.
See if you can get this one to drop. Big birdie putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway?
I knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. He's made it. Good look now at the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, and it's a good one. 635 yards. Par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
Two choices here, Rich. Lay it up, short of the wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up and flash it across the wetlands with just a mere short iron into this lengthy par 4.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
This is a good-looking shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Shouldn't be a problem here. The eagle has landed. Wow. Eighth hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
Well played before.
Finishing up the front side here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club with a par 5, 621 yards.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy. But on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Some tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, who are the best putters you've ever seen, and what did they do that made them so effective?
Well, there was always the Crenshaws who putted beautifully, but the best when it comes down to it, the Tiger Woodses and the Jack Nicklauses, the ones that made them when they had to. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, We'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that hole location. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Par 5 12th here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside.
There's something about a well-hit shot. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot is about 12 feet away.
It's that sneaky distance.
That wasn't a gimme, but he sure made it look easy. Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Good-looking shot right here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Moving on to the tricky 14th here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie try again here today. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands. It's 590 yards.
Which is really a tempting yardage. A good tee shot, perhaps think of reaching the par 5 and 2. But this green well protected by 3 bunkers, 2 on the left side and 1 short right. But hey, fortune favours the brave. At least that's what I was told.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
Oh, I liked that.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy, but you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Filling it up today. Beautiful putt.
16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot. This one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie.
Good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole, and on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And he has it for birdie. Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the first. Frank, were you the kind of player who actually might have been worried if you didn't have first tee jitters?
Definitely. You didn't have the energy if that was the case. But it's about turning that energy into some sort of positive form. Make nice full swings. Pick some good targets. And, of course, you never know what's going to happen.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second.
Frank going for another birdie here.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
Series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here, and if you can take that first bunker out of play, which is around that 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And, well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Starting to make the move now to -3 with yet another birdie.
We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
It's solid without being spectacular, and that's actually a huge compliment.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there, and yeah, good thing too, he's actually putting well.
Well, here we are at the first par 5 of the day, the fifth, 535 yards. Frank, break it down.
It's called double trouble. Reason why is the lake on the tee shot on the left side, and then he's reversed it up there on the second shot. He put the lake on the right.
Wow, he moved that a long way right in the fairway. And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf.
What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3. Water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
That's a birdie. And that It's a good position from which to make a weekend move, comfortably inside the cut line, still with plenty of time left in this tournament.
Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play.
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Well, Frank, here at the par 5-8, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a three-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Now the approach shot here on this par 5-8. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Frank, the ninth hole at 452 yards, but that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Settles in over the putt. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West, 617 yards. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Oh, what an incredible shot. Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, you know, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole at a par 5 that you can't reach. You still play it as a three-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play.
stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Now a 7-footer. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
And now we're at the par 3 13th hole, 214 yards.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. In for birdie.
Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, how could they get at this hole location and make a birdie?
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power? That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
That's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA.
Long just meant longer.
Nice drive. Right in the fairway and a good swing on that one.
Now the approach here at 15.
You can't ask for much more than that. About 5 feet away. Beautifully done. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Stroke that with authority.
Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards.
Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. On the green in regulation. This from 7 feet.
Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
Birdie try up next. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Great, too.
Beautiful.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long, water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's 3 groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Good putt. Well, Frank, round one in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Wow, Frank, look at that one. How it just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Teed up here at the second hole, Frank, this is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, you see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday, and another opportunity on the way.
Ooh, chance for birdie.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
All the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat. There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
And he's made the green. Getting set now over the putt. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, we're not at the beach. We're in the California desert, but I'm staring at plenty of sand right here.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving here. This is where somehow you do have to focus on exactly where they put the flag, and that's on the green stuff. Green is 36 paces deep. If you can just focus on that and don't let Pete Dye's sort of weirdness with all that snaking bunkers left and right, then just try and approach it as a straightforward par 3. I know it's easy to say, hard to do.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Right in the heart. Well, here we are at the first par 5 of the day, the fifth, 535 yards. Frank, break it down.
It's called double trouble. Reason why, there's the lake on the tee shot on the left side, and then he's reversed it up there on the second shot. He put the lake on the right.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
And it makes the green in regulation. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. He's made it. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard?
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green, so it's just a layup. You see the bunker down there in the distance, that really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number, something that you've got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here.
That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. And if you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
Now the approach shot here on this par 5 8th. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Now a 7-footer. What a tremendous display of golf this has been.
Certainly throwing an eagle against the field too. We've seen it all. Birdies, eagles, just blitzing the field from start to finish.
Finishing out the front 9 with a Pretty difficult par four. Again, water down that right side. Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Always nice to be comfortably inside that cut line. The wily golf instructor makes birdie.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Cracked that one out there here at the 10th, and now he's put himself in a really good spot to get after this flagstick. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Putt for par. Needs one. He'll take par and move on. Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, you tip your Hogan visor to this player because early on it appeared as though this one was headed way off the tracks.
Well, it was. And to stop the round and turn it back and now look like he's playing even better than ever. It took some doing.
He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot is about 12 feet away.
And getting ready for the putt. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Good putt. Frank, Pete Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. You know, that's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest field. Then you've got the longest second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Club has been pulled. Ready for the second shot now at the par 4 12th. Good looking shot right here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
And now we're at the par 3 13th hole, 214 yards. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's two definitive options, you know, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday and a chance for another one today. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card.
Well, Frank, we are turning home. It says so on the scorecard here at 15.
It is, and once again, another example of great bunkering by Pete Dye. Bunkers on a lot of golf courses are just simply left and right, but what Pete Dye does, he lets them cut in. He's gone for a little extra.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frank, is this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve. He had it all. And he has the bottom of the barrel.
Par 5 16th is a slight dog-leg left at 600 yards. This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. This is a good-looking shot. I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Man, and the speed.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Now to the signature par 3. It only plays 168 yards from the tips, but the tee sits up high and the wind can blow, and a lot can happen here.
That's well played. And now a good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
A great roll right there. Just a pure stroke right in the heart.
Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.